This is how you find a regression equation using your TI calculator in the new operating system. First thing that you should do is hit Stat, then hit number 1, Edit, and you'll type in all of the X data into L1 and all of the Y data into L2. We're going to go through this example, so pause the video and type in L1 data and type in the Y values into L2 now. Once you're done with that, we're going to practice going through how to find the regression equation. So once again, you're going to hit the Stat button, and this time you're going to go over to Calculate. So I'm going to hit the Over key. And I have some choices. I can choose number 4, linear regression, y equals mx plus b. I can choose a quadratic regression, or I can scroll down to 0, which is the exponential regression. Those are the 3 regressions that we've learned this year, and 3 functions that we've used this year, the linear, quadratic, and exponential. So now we're going to practice those regressions. So I'm going to scroll back, and I'm going to find a linear regression. This is the one regression that we have done through this year. So I'm going to choose number 4. And your X list should say L1, your Y list should say L2. You're going to skip frequency list and you'll go down to store regression equation. And what this does is it stores your equation right into your Y equals screen, which is really helpful as we move on to tomorrow when we're going to be using the regressions to find information. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the VARS button, which is right here. You can see me hovering over it. VARS, you're going to go over to YVARS. So I'm going to hit the arrow over. Number 1 is function. And Y1 tells me I'm going to put this function into my Y1 equation into my graphing calculator, Y equals screen. Then I just scroll down, so I'm hovering over calculate. It should be flashing, and you press enter. Now this creates a linear equation, y equals ax plus b, so that a value is your m, the b value is your y-intercept. Okay, let's try this same, with the same data, let's go ahead and try a quadratic regression. So once again, I just hit the Stat button, and you'll see I have some choices. I go over to Calculate, and this time instead of doing a linear regression with the data, I'm going to do a quadratic regression. So I'm going to scroll down to number 5, or I'm going to hit the button 5. So 5. Once again, I scroll down until it says Store Regression Equation. Notice X1 list is L1, the Y list is L2. Store regression equation, once again, I hit VARS, over to YVARS, so I hit the over arrow, number 1, and Y1. Hit the down arrow for quadratic, or for calculate, and this time when I press enter, it calculates a quadratic regression, so your Y-hat equation, but this time it's in standard form of a quadratic. So the A value, 0.004, the B value, negative 0.215 or 216, and the C value, 2.40. Okay, so this is my quadratic regression. Let's go ahead and do it again. Do another regression. This time I'm going to do the last option of exponential regression. So once again, I'm going to scroll over to calculate. I'm going to scroll all the way down to 0, or I'm just going to hit the 0 button. And it gives me my exponential regression. So 0, L1, L2. Store regression equation, I hit vars, over to y-vars, number one function, and y1. Regression equation, there it is, y1, tells me it's going to store that regression equation into y1, and then calculate. So here, if this function happened to be exponential, this is my y, a times b raised to the x. That variable in the exponent makes it exponential. So the a value, 0.301, the b value, that rate of change, that is a percent of change, I should say, 1.05, and then that variable raised to the x. So if you look back now, we've done this 3 times, but the last equation here we decided exponential. I will go to my y equals screen, and there's the same equation. If I kind of scroll over, it's stored automatically for you. Okay, so those are the 3 types of regressions that you'll need to decide which regression the datum best models and choose that best regression equation. Good luck!